Today on Newsbeat, we have an update on the bus accident that killed many in Ontario, Canada.
And also, Americans still believe the recession is still not over. We'll tell you why.
And if you're thinking of going out, getting a designated driver might be worth your while.
All this and more, Newsbeat starts now. Good evening and welcome to Newsbeat. I'm Ambry Washington.
And I'm Michael Edmondson. Thanks for joining us. 6 people are dead and at least 30 injured after a double-decker bus and passenger train collided in Ontario, Canada. The dead include the bus driver and bus passengers. Chief of Ottawa Paramedic Service Anthony DeMonte says a third of the injured were in critical condition. Ottawa Fire Services Mark Miser says first responders, open quote, found bodies and debris pretty much everywhere at the impact site, close quote. This is Canada's second major rail accident this year. In July, an oil train derailed and exploded in Quebec, killing 47 people.
Obviously, LSU students wonder if they'll get a good job after graduation. Well, it's a valid question, especially since many Americans apparently believe we are still in a recession. According to the National Journal, approximately 58% of Americans still think the recession continues, even though experts say it ended in mid-2009. With that being said, the Wall Street Journal reports graduate unemployment rates have increased 6% since 2000. Some economists say that's not because of the recession, but rather the fact that many Americans are still struggling trying to find a job they actually are satisfied with.
Employed. You're in a recession. It doesn't matter if we are as a country or not. So I think if I know somebody, if my members of my family or my friends are unemployed, then they feel like they're in a recession.
Economist Professor Dr. James Richardson goes on to say attitudes toward the economy are not improving and confidence is slipping amongst American investors.
Going out after a long week may seem like the best idea to relieve stress, but do you know for sure you'll have a safe ride home? Tiger TV reporter Lauren Partan explains how making sure someone in your group stays sober could actually save your life.
Pint night, 50-cent shot night, and free drinks may seem to promise a good time, especially after a rough day. But what about getting home after the night's done?
Usually have a DD well before the night starts, so whenever it's time to round everyone up, you already have a ride set up.
Fred's employee, Austin Hebert, says how their bar tries to prevent people from drinking too much.
We'll notice a customer's too drunk or too intoxicated, and that's the first sign. We'll cut them off. If they start causing troubles, we'll walk them outside, tell them they can't drink anymore that night. We'll even invite them back another night and tell them look, don't feel bad. It happens to everybody.
According to an American Psychological Association study, alcohol-related motor vehicle accidents claim 17,000 American lives each year. LSU Police Department spokesman Captain Corey Lalonde explains some consequences if you decide to get behind the wheel after drinking.
Our first offense, DWI in Louisiana, is a misdemeanor, but the penalties do progress, and it can go all the way up to felony offenses. But that's the good side. That's the good news if you're driving drunk and you only get arrested. The downside is definitely not only getting arrested, but if you hurt yourself or someone else.
LSU has some options to avoid this, including campus transit if you are on campus and the bus system that goes through Tigerland.
Always have a friend, always have somebody you can call, never get in the car, get behind the wheel. There's so many people that we see drive home and get a DWI 30 seconds out of leaving Tigerland.
Other safe options include calling a designated driver or a taxi.
So next time you're out on a Friday night, try to make plans before you leave. The decision may affect your future. For Tiger TV, I'm Lauren Partain.
Remember, safety is a primary goal when going out, so please always try to stay smart.
When LSU football players put down the football, many pick up an iPad. Tiger TV reporter John Williams shows us how the team is using technology to prepare for future games.
The LSU football team is setting new records this season, and not just on the field. The Tigers are now one of the first schools in the nation to use iPads in order to study their playbooks and review opponents' film. LSU's quarterback, Zach Mettenberger, explains how this technology is improving his game day preparation.
We got rid of paper playbooks. We're now on an iPad system, which is great. Now we can watch film and have a playbook all right here.
LSU's video coordinator, Doug Oquin, says the iPads will save time and increase efficiency.
When they had paper, they would print the scouting reports. You have a mistake, they got to go back and reprint them, pull pages out, restuff them. With this iPad app, they just simply share it out, and it automatically updates on all the players' iPads.
After LSU made the upgrade this summer, 4 more SEC football teams also joined the movement and transitioned to iPads. Defensive back Jalen Collins says the iPad has given LSU an advantage on and off the field.
You know, some people probably don't watch film unless they're in meetings or things like that, and you know, we can watch film on our upcoming games or, you know, last season's film whenever we want. So
before purchasing the iPads, LSU worked with NCAA officials to make sure the iPads were not seen as an illegal benefit.
Not only the information is, you know, LSU's information, anything we put on that iPad is LSU's property.
The players originally signed the iPad out just like a library book and are routinely asked to bring them back in for inspections.
And if they're broken or lost, then the player is going to be responsible to cover that cost.
Oquin can monitor the locations of the players' iPads and the last time they logged on. However, he cannot share any of that information with a coach, since watching film is seen as optional in the eyes of the NCAA. For Tiger TV, I'm John Christian Williams.
Oquin says various NFL teams are planning on using the same iPad system next season. Coming up, weatherman Jake Robles has stormy predictions for this week.
Stay with us.
Good evening, LSU. I'm Jake Robles, and this is the weather. So for most of today, the sun has been out with partly cloudy skies. But around 3 o'clock, the cloud cover began picking up. We should expect a wet night with scattered thunderstorm or two because of the 30% chance of rain. The low for tonight will be 71 and should stay just like that. Now, as for tomorrow, the temperature won't feel as bad as today or yesterday because all the cloud cover we are expected to receive because all the cloud cover. That being said, the temperature high is still going to be 91 degrees. The chance of rain also goes up to 40%, so pack a small umbrella because there may be a thunderstorm as the night progresses. Now to your 5-day forecast. For all you thirsty plants outside, look forward to an exciting week. But for everyone else, put on that raincoat because we can expect several rainstorms that only get worse as we get closer to Saturday. The chance of rain will go up to 30, 40, 50, then jumping to 70% on Saturday. I would make sure to keep the rain in mind when going out to your tailgate spots when Auburn comes in this weekend. The temperature will also steadily drop until the rain clears up for a much sunnier Sunday. Now that is all the time I have for you today, so don't forget to check Tiger TV for your up-to-date campus weather report every day. I'm Jake Robles. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jake. Coming up in entertainment news, Taylor has a scoop on the new Harry Potter movie.
Taylor also gives us a recap of the Miss America pageant, so stay with us.
Hey Tigers, I'm Taylor Ticey bringing you the latest in entertainment news. Sunday night held the annual Miss America pageant on the boardwalk of Atlantic City. The lovely lady is typically a blonde bombshell. However, this year the judges went in a different direction. Nina Dallavori, or better known as Miss New York, is the first ever Miss America of Indian descent. As the results were read, racists soon took to Twitter with tweets disagreeing with the judge's decision because she was not truly American. What they did not realize is that Miss New York is in fact a true American who has a degree in brain behavior and cognitive science. Not many people on Twitter can say that. All I have to say is, you go, girl. Well, the moment so many of us have been waiting for is finally here, a new Harry Potter movie. J.K. Rowling just announced a collaboration with Warner Brothers Studios in which they will make a sort of spin-off to the Harry Potter series. The movie will follow Newt Scamander, the author of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which is actually a textbook in the Harry Potter films. Rowling will make her screenwriting debut in Fantastic Beasts and says she will draw on her previous books for characters and creatures. And get this, there will be more than one movie. My inner nerd is going completely crazy over this announcement. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is in the works right now. So this Sunday, America will tune into yet another primetime award show, the Emmys. And guess who's back? Neil Patrick Harris is hosting the ever-popular awards again. But the spotlight is on the nominees. I'm guessing there may be a few Breaking Bad fans out there, and y'all will be happy to know that the show was up for 8 Emmys this year. Mad Men, Modern Family, and Game of Thrones are all up for awards as well, but I think all eyes will be on Breaking Bad. I'll have more on the Emmys next week. Well, that's all I have for today. I'm Taylor Tizer, and tune in next week for the latest in entertainment news.
Thanks, Taylor. Now that's all the time we have for Newsbeat today. You can catch our full shows online at tigertv.tv or on our YouTube channel. And you can check our Facebook and Twitter for the latest.
From all of us at Newsbeat, thanks for joining us and have a great evening.